Hey everybody, this is Nancy Norbeck. I'm here with this week's Creative Pep Talk, and this week I want to talk about an idea that I actually was introduced to about 20 years ago when I heard a speaker say it, and it's this: you need a strong no in order to have a strong yes. Now, you may not see the connection, but here's the deal. If you say yes to everything all the time, your yes doesn't mean anything. You have to say no to some things in order for your yes to mean something. And you have to mean your no. You have to be willing to say no. Not everything can be a yes. Some things are a no. And if you have ever been in a work situation where you've had a manager who's refused to say no to anything, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The same thing is true in relationships. If you have a friend or a spouse or a child who says yes to everything because they're afraid to say no, you know exactly what kind of trouble this causes. So what does this have to do with your creative process? It's the same kind of thing. If you say yes to everything, you're never going to say no to anything in any meaningful way, and your yes won't mean anything either, because you will be trying to do everything all the time. You will wear yourself out, and you will be trying to please everyone who isn't you. You may also be trying to please yourself in too many different ways because you just can't figure out which way you want to be going at any different moment. So you gotta learn to say no. And this means learning to listen to your gut. I don't know about you, but a lot of the time when something is a big no for me, I know it right away because I immediately feel it in my gut. And the choice then is, do I listen to it or not? When I don't listen to it, that's usually when I get in trouble, because usually that means that I don't want to disappoint somebody else, even though I know I really don't want to do that thing, or I don't agree with that thing. Some part of me is not aligned with whatever that thing is, and I need to say no to it. It could be a suggestion from an editor. It could be somebody who's asking me a favor. It could be, anything, and I need to say no to it. And my head could be telling me all sorts of reasons why it thinks that I should say yes. But my gut knows that I need to say no. This is actually one of the easiest ways to start listening to your intuition, because your gut usually is really, really clear. You may not feel it in your gut. You may feel it somewhere else, but a lot of people feel it in the gut. You feel a tightness. You feel a kind of clenching right away when you know something is a no. Now, the problem may be that you don't know how to say no, that there's a conflict that makes you feel like you have to say yes, that there's some, because some of us were never really taught to say no. I know I wasn't. I know a lot of us were taught to just go along with everything. And I'll tell you a recent situation with me where I have been forced to learn this again. As you know, if you saw the last pep talk, I have had stitches on my eyebrow. I also go to physical therapy, and my physical therapist was stretching my neck last week, and he put his hand right above my eyebrow to stretch. So obviously he was pulling right there. Now, it's pretty well healed skin-wise. It's all closed up, but it's clearly not okay underneath. And it didn't feel great at the time, but it didn't feel terrible. So I figured, it's just a couple seconds. I'm not going to worry about it. It's okay. Right? Like, what a Western woman thing to say. So I didn't say anything. And I'm here to tell you that this little thing has been informing me for the last week of what a stupid thing that was and how much I should have spoken up and said, hey, you know what, kid, you put your hand somewhere else. It was a stupid little thing. And it told me, and I didn't listen. It can be that simple. Just say no. And now I sound like Nancy Reagan. If you're of a certain age, you know exactly what I mean. But you need that strong no so you can start listening to the things that really say yes to you, so that you can really put your energy where you want to put it. And so you can make the work you really want to make that speaks to you the way you want to make it. Editors and other people may have a justifiable piece of input into that, but you need to be able to hear your own voice well enough to speak up for the things that are important to you and know where you can work with that person on the things that, okay, I can bend a little bit here and there. Start saying no so you can start feeling and hearing your yes. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. And with that, I will see you next time.